Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Town. My name's Adam, and I'm joined by my constant co-hosts, Steven and Michael today. Steven, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm on the tail end of it's sickness, so we're feeling re-energized.
Oh, that's good. In a beautiful, the weather's been really nice. Hopefully, it's not like, uh, you know, nature related. Oh my gosh, I'm screwing up all my words, guys.
Allergies, maybe?
Allergies.
Yeah, allergies. Is that
There
what
you
you're
go.
going for? Allergies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know when it's allergies. I get allergies like once every 5 years, and it's not allergies.
So I
Love
get that too. Yeah.
I would love to see the calendar of that, just like when.
It's much like a volcano. It happens just every so often, but
Just like,
the
ugh.
longer it waits, the worse it's gonna be when it hits again. And I think I'm overdue.
It's like his leap year for allergies. He's like,
Oh.
oh, it's the year.
It's like with the election cycle almost.
Yeah.
Michael, how are you doing?
Quad annual allergies. Yeah, well, what's the opposite of the tail? The face. I'm on the face end of the sickness. It's just ramping up today, so tomorrow we're just gonna be a person and then hope it goes away the next day.
Are you going to the PQ this Saturday?
I am, if
Okay,
I feel fine.
then I
suspect that I shall.
Severely hope.
Yeah, but yes, I am going to the PQ this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Otherwise, though, I thought I'd be SWU'd out, and then I was not, and I went and played Sunday, and then I got SWU'd out. That's where it hit.
That's
the second to last game on Sunday. I was like, I don't give a shit about this anymore. I want to go home.
Be polite and be like, "All right, guys, it's time. I gotta go."
Yeah, right. You can have the game. That's fine.
And then we are joined by our wonderful special guest this week, Jonathon Riddell. He just got second at the Ankeny, Iowa Planetary Qualifier. Jonathon, how are you doing?
Good. It felt nice to be on the pod. Been playing with you guys for a while, and been fun to see it get started and finally be on it.
Yeah, glad to have you. We got a decent amount to go through. Like I said, Steven and I didn't play this Saturday, so it's going to come down to hearing about Michael, your list, and Jonathon, your list, and your guys' runs. But who wants to go first? That'll be the real question of the day.
Save the best for last. Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, yeah. I'll take the bullet on this one, sure. Hey. Don't be a douche.
He figured it out.
There we go.
I got it.
I got your list pulled up.
Yeah, heck yeah. So I played Qi'ra ECL because I love Qi'ra and ECL, and those were my deciding factors for the most part. That I love Qi'ra and I love ECL. I've played a lot of the Data Vault version, and those games last forever, and I like the more aggressive, slanted ECL version.
Mm-hmm.
And I was testing it into a lot of stuff like Quinlan and Sabine and stuff like that, and I felt pretty good. Han is still kind of it's kind of but the rest feels pretty good. Even Boba and the space decks are not too bad. So so I played this. I went 4-3. My last match was really a clincher, and we'll get there. That was pretty fun. But I started off playing against a Kylo Tarkentown and 2-1'd that. He got me on the second game. I got him on the first and third games. And it just came down to, did I have an answer for the flip? If yes, I won. If not, he won. Pretty straightforward. Legitimately just comes down to that, because nobody has anything on the board. Do I have power of the dark side or Vader?
Yeah.
Yes or no. And I actually was, on the third game, I was holding a restock in my hand, waiting for him to discard the snapshot, and he never did. So I never got to play it. But, yeah. My second matchup, though, was against Daniel Hall, who's a local here, who won the Denver sector, naturally. And he was playing Boba Data Vault, and I went 1-2. So he got game 1 and 3, and I got game 2. There was critical mistake in that third game that I made, and we talked about it afterward. It was in depth. It was the whole play line thing, but that was kind of cool to figure out what I did wrong. And Dan's always really fun to play. And then from there, I played the other version, Admiral Piet Red. So I kind of just went from Boba Data Vault to Piet Red, which is super similar. And
both planetary decks.
Both planetary decks. I 2-0'd that in like 15 minutes. And because they play one dude a turn, and I remove one dude a turn. And they flip their leader, I Vader, and then they lose. That's how it has gone most of the time. And then they just keep trying to dev. And as long as I have a removal for the dev, which my list has a decent amount of, it's like they can't get a board presence. That's been my experience against Piet Red with Qi'ra. Just because, again, 1-for-1 removal. They don't play a bunch of small units. I mean, they do the invisible hand thing and bring out a dude. But Boba plays like, all the wind defeated indirect things and all that stuff. So it feels different. And then from there, I played into Han 5. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was later. I played into Han2 Blue and got 2-1'd on that one.
Dude, you had four. Oh, sorry. You had one Piet. Did you go 2-1 in Piet? Or was that 2-0?
2-0.
Okay,
2-0.
so you
I really quickly 2-0'd that one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the fourth round was Han Solo. It was Han2 Blue, so Shadow's Han Force. And this guy was cool. This was like I don't know how old he was, 10 or 11-year-old kid. This dude killed it. He was so good. The first game he got me, he like literally just got me. Like I just got. There was no other way to say it. He had 3 things on the board. I had 6 health left or something, and I was like, cool, I have a super laser blast. Like I'm good. He just slammed a crate behind Qi'ra, and I was lost on the spot. And then the second game, I just kind of went aggro and just hit him in the face, and that worked out pretty well. And kind of just mauling over and over and over and over on all of his units was good, and getting a walker going. Was kind of what did it. And then Dev, like I just had all top end in the second game, and I just kept slamming, like bomb after bomb that he had to deal with, and he just ran out of ways to deal with it. And then the third game was crazy. So again, this is why I say this kid is a really good player. He decked me in the third game. I drew out and lost. And well, I conceded when I realized that's what was going to happen, but I made a very big mistake, and that was I was holding my ECL and a Vader in my hand for the entire game, waiting for the crate dragon, knowing, okay, I can one-shot this crate, and then after that I should be fine, because a second crate is not going to be as big of an issue. If I have a Vader, like he's at like 20 health, like we're going to be okay. I never ECL'd, and he never played the crate dragon. He just never played it. And he just had an answer to every single thing that I played that was just perfect. It was really cool, actually, to watch. And then I had an answer to his. He had an answer to mine. I had an answer to his. Until on the last turn, he threw 3 things out. I drew it into an empty deck and was like, all right, I lose.
Sure.
Hey, Michael, what was your board plan into Han 2? How would you use
sideboard?
List? Yeah, what was your sideboard plan?
Yeah, sideboard. I just throw in the 3 Palps returns.
Just add to your deck?
Well, no. So I 3 Palps returns, and then I take out the Supremacy tie, and then I can't remember what else I took out. I always play my sideboard by like feel, just based on what I feel like I'm needing. I think what I did is I threw in 3 and took out 2, and then I just wanted to bomb him over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because they're so low on space that was the only thing looking at your list that I would. Make the swap for.
Yeah, that card does literally nothing into them. Like it doesn't even. It's a non-card. And then the only other thing like I could take out would be like maybe a gunship, but that card's too good generally. And Qi'ra on the flip turn, you want to use it to kill their Qi'ati or whatever. Like if they slam a Qi'ati and you've ramped, they have a 4/4. You want to flip and then gunship that so that they can't just kill your Qi'ra on the next turn, and they have to like work for it. That's like the best play you can do. And then you have 2 things with grit that you can barrage off of one of them, and they likely can't kill both in the next turn. And then you can kind of hold their leader hostage too and kill their leader on 6 if you can manage it, like which you probably know pretty well, so that they can't do their slam the Luke on 6 play.
I feel like we'll get to it. I feel like that's the one thing, if anybody takes from this podcast, if you can maneuver yourself to where you first action on 6 resources, kill your opponent's Han2, and now bonus points if they kept the wrong cards in their hand, but like it just completely sets their turn. I will intentionally not kill
crazy.
Han and then do that on the 6th turn and then first action kill him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did in the second game, if I'm not mistaken, or it was one of the games. Either way,
So
the outcome.
My experience
that is what I did,
they never have the Luke anyways, and they always have the Mace, and then they draw Luke next turn.
Oh, well,
that's
yeah,
crazy. My answer is they always
error.
have the Luke. Yeah. I don't think they've never not had the Luke for me. But yeah, dude, shout out to this kid. Titus is his name. He played that spectacularly. Like,
I think
really
I've
well.
played him before at one of the 1Ks a long time ago. I think he was on like 30 HP Django Green, and he cooked me.
Dude.
it was awesome.
I think I played him at that 1K as well.
Yeah.
And I had not played against Django Green, and I was like, I don't. What am I supposed to do? I don't.
That was Twilight though. Holy cow!
He was cooking, dude. Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah.
But so moving from that, I was like, okay, we basically hit time. I had like 2 minutes left. I'm demoralized, and I need to just like stand here for a few minutes before my next round. So I went and sat down with a dude from Minnesota. We had like the most fun banter because we were both 2-2, I think, at this point. And so we were kind of playing for like maybe top 16. Whoever got it probably could get into top 16 potentially. So we were like, let's just have some fun with it. He was playing Han 5 Tarkin Town, and that was interesting. I sat down with that and said, okay, I don't know. I have very little experience into this deck as Qi'ra, or just at all. Turns out ECLing gunship every game just wins you the game on the spot. Huh. And there you go. So I 2-0'd that. Because if you just double kill them in space and then they can't, so what we both realized in that moment is, because he said he hadn't played against Qi'ra ECL a lot, but he played against Data Vault, is that into the ECL version you cannot you either cannot go ground at all. So like he wants to ambush his new Han, the pilot Han, on the ground to kill your Qi'ra. That's usually what he'll do. Like he'll claim and then hit your Qi'ra with Han, and it'll live with 1 health. But if he does that, you just hold that there. He flips, and then you ECL Vader and kill his leader and that Han, and then that's kind of like it.
Check, yeah.
So you can either do that, or if he doesn't do that, you can ECL gunship and double kill in space, and then barrage off that, and it's like really hard for him to recover. And you don't care if he Tarkin Towns anything, so it doesn't matter. So that was really interesting. I bet with some more like that was my round 5. Yeah, I bet with some more practice that would be a harder matchup. But I don't know. This my particular list feels really good into space. My next round was round 6 was into Kazuda Red, so basically the same thing.
All the space decks.
Yeah, dude. Basically the same thing. I 2-0'd that as well. With a very similar concept. So, but not, no Vader. So I just resourced my Vaders. In the first game, I ECL'd Gunship. Flipped Qi'ra, I think I ECL'd Gunship, and then the next turn I just Craving powered Qi'ra, killed his other thing, and hit him in the face 3 times with a 7/7 or whatever. Or it would have been a 6/6. And then the second game, I basically just did the same thing. I actually just ECL'd my Supremacy tie onto his first turn play. And it was either the Supremacy tie or he had a 3/2 and I ECL'd an Inferno 4 into it on turn 2 or turn 1. I can't remember exactly. Either way, I blew my ECL really early, flipped Qi'ra, put the craving power on it, shot down his thing, and just hit him. And I think I had a Pershing on board at that point, so I was pumping up my Qi'ra as well, just pinging it. He couldn't do anything about it, and then I think that game ended on like 6 or 7 resources. So that was fun. And then round 7, I sat down against Quinlan, which was the exact thing I did not want to see at that point in time because I was feeling burnt. And playing against Quinlan, you can't really feel burnt out playing against Quinlan. Otherwise, you lose really badly. So I did. That's kind of what happened. The first game, I won pretty convincingly. He boarded in Sparks and I can't remember what else. I think he took out his bamboozles. He put in Sparks, and I think he may have put in Pillage, but he never drew it. I don't remember.
He didn't play Pillage.
He didn't? Okay. Then I don't know what else he put in.
It was like Spark, Waylay, the land speeder, third Depa, Daring Raid, Fang Fighter.
Who were you playing? Oh, you're looking at his list. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Richard Douglas is who I played. Okay, I don't remember everything he boarded in. I just know he boarded Sparks in, and that is what kind of got me. I boarded in I boarded in my Vigilances and my Palps Returns, and then because I just needed healing. He was going really he was playing a very aggro game plan, it seemed, and so I just needed healing. And on the second game, I made a horrible mistake where he had an Ahsoka on board, just an Ahsoka. So set set 4 Ahsoka. Is that what it's from? The discard out of your hand one? Yeah.
4.
Yeah. So he had that on board, just that. I had 6 resources and Vader in my hand. And I was waiting for him to flip. Because I wanted to ECL into that Ahsoka after he flipped, so I passed. He sparked me, took my Vader, and I got really sad, and then moved to the next game.
Yeah.
And then, so that was like a huge mistake. I should have just ECL'd directly into the Ahsoka immediately, had a 5-6 on board. He can flip Quinlan, then he has a 3-7. I don't care about that. I'll hit him in the face with a 5-6 or just kill his Quinlan or whatever next turn.
Could you have played it and just not ECL'd?
I could have, yeah, but his was up, so I didn't really want to do that. Like, he hadn't attacked with it yet, so he would have pinged the shields off, which is
he couldn't
valid.
ping the shields off.
He would just hit the Ahsoka into my Vader. Yeah.
Was your opponent on 6 resources as well?
No, he was on 5.
Okay, I was gonna say if he was on 6, Depa does kill Vader underneath the shield. So,
it does not. No.
With
Quinlan, it doesn't.
With Quinlan ping?
The Vader lives. The Vader
lives
he doesn't.
With
1 health.
Dang
yeah.
it.
Yeah, the Vader lives with the 1 health. That's why you don't want to get rid of the shield. Because you want to, if you
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So that one was interesting. The next one was super, super interesting. We got to a board state where I had exactly 3 damage left on my base, like 3 health left. So I was at 22. And he had 3 things on the ground area. One of them was an L3 and it was shielded. So I couldn't barrage and get rid of everything. I did have a blast in my hand and a Vader. And I had not used my ECL at this point. This was like on 8 resources. If I'm not mistaken, I hadn't used it yet. So I had 2 lines of play. It was either no, I'm so sorry. I messed that up. I had a Vader on board and a gunship on board. He had like 3 or 4 things on the ground. My play was I either just blast right now. First action, delete my own stuff. Because if he has any pump at all, because they were all 2 attack things, I just lose. Right? So I was like, okay, well, he probably has a surprise strike or a hotshot blaster. Like, Quinlan never doesn't have a hotshot blaster. Like, I've never played into a Quinlan who doesn't just have the blaster. So I thought, okay, cool. My alternative play was I could hit something with Vader, take out the L3 that was shielded, and then he would have a 2 attack unit he could hit me with, and then I can barrage. So I'd have 1 health left. That was my other play. I thought, okay, I'm going to hedge my bets. I'm going to just blast. I blasted. He played Falcon and won. He didn't have the pump.
Yeah.
So
Kind of catch 22.
what are you going to do? Yeah.
They have so many
What are you
outs
gonna
in that deck to close a game or do
So question, I guess, because if, again, assuming everything's played right, say you go the other line and you just Vader attack and then he swings with the other dude, like, are you in threat of killing him? Because if he just attacks you with his other 2 health thing, and then, I mean, I don't know what you do exactly. Like you said, you could blast or you could barrage.
I had a barrage. So yeah, if I kill his 2 things with 1 Vader attack, he hits me for 2. I can
you're
barrage and clear the board. And then if he played a Falcon, I can hit it with my gunship.
Was your gunship?
It was
your
up.
gunship had a shield? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, my gunship was up.
That's the piece that I wasn't sure of.
I had a set. Yeah. Sorry, I had a 5 attack gunship on board.
Okay.
Yep. So I had 2 5 attackers in both lanes, and so if I could just get that stabilization, I can start hitting him for 10. But it was one or the other, and I don't know that I won it either way. But I definitely didn't. I don't think I lost that turn if I did the other play. But here we are.
I got to thinking, does Quinlan work the same as CAD? So like, whenever you get on played, you get ambushed. Do you get to pick the order that things resolve, or do you have to kill it? So then Defa does kill a shielded Vader, because you can ambush first, defeat the shield.
Oh yeah,
Saboteur.
you're right.
Oh, you're right.
You are right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you.
Because Saboteur defeats the shields, and then you can do the Quinlan trigger.
You're
so
right.
it can get underneath the 5/6.
It's a +1 for
Adam's
me.
vindicated.
Boy,
Yeah,
that's
+1 for
depressing.
Adam.
Adam's vindicated.
And live.
I was just like, that's not right. I was like, I feel like that works that way. You can stack and order how you want. So
No,
yeah,
that would
that's
make
gross.
sense. Yeah.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
This uncommon is better than the legendary.
It
Yeah.
really is. That
Dep
card's
is
so good.
insane, but there's a lot of those.
Good. So good.
So you ended your run at 4 and 3. You said okay.
Yeah, I got like 20. I was 26th, I think.
There was a lot of prizing left at this event, though. I mean, I'm sure you guys walked away with quite a bit. Did you get any packs, anything special, Michael?
I got a random legendary, the promo stuff, and 5 packs, I think, and 5 promo packs.
Sheesh.
They were very generous at this tournament for sure.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I hope I haven't been able to go to any of the what is it? The
PQ
Atlas PQs.
Atlas games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I haven't been able to go in any of them.
The first Atlas one that I went to, I got 15th, I think, and I got a box, and I got a box, 3 carbonite packs or something, and a legendary and the promos, and it was crazy. And I, out of a 60, it was like a 64 player or something. So,
and this was a 80-person PQ, 85. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That's good to see it's going up though, because that's their biggest event I think yet, right?
Yeah,
I believe so.
I mean, they needed that play space, and it worked out great for them.
It's so nice now. That new store.
Was it not
awesome.
At the location, or was it at a separate location?
No,
it's in a new spot. I think.
Oh, new spot completely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet either, Steven.
Okay, yeah, because I know they had their roof damaged or whatever from storms. What was it, the previous PQ or something?
Yeah, it's not that far away, and it's a much more open play space. I never felt cramped with 85 people there at all. They could easily do 128.
Sweet.
Good for them.
Yeah, it was really good, and they run it well too.
I would say every time I've been there, it's been just super well run tournaments, events. So you ended 4 and 3. Jonathan, would you like to walk us through how your tournament went?
Sure, it went awesome. It was.
Yeah, you guys rode up together. You both did well. Everybody in that car did well, right?
Second PQ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of like Steven right now, I had to miss like almost all the PQs because I either had some family coming into town, or I also play Flesh and Blood. So I was kind of prioritizing that. So I
Huh.
played in the one a month ago in Iowa, and then this is my second PQ, and it was a good run. I've been working on this deck since, really, spoiler, remember when they released all the cards? I've been obsessed with Kelleran and Yoda, and I played Han2 Data Vault at Minnesota at the regional, and I missed my day 2 by losing the last round. So I was already kind of liking that play style, and then when the Force payoff came out, I just kind of switched the deck around a decent amount, but it was yeah, it was good.
Hmm.
See, yeah, I can just walk through it.
Here, I'm gonna get the deck list pulled up. If you want to either start your Swiss or do you want to go through the deck list?
Let's go through the deck list.
All right, deck list is up.
So I don't think it's anything too crazy. I put Fang Fighters in the main versus the board just because I felt like what I would lose to is like random pilot shenanigans or random lightsaber on a force unit, whether that's General's Blade or lightsaber, and like different decks. So I just kind of liked having access to that. Also, anybody knows like red green hero or red green period just can't handle shields. So it's like it's kind of nice to just snipe a shield off a Director Krennic unit or something like that, you know.
There's
So
a lot of upgrades running around right now.
I
Just
like
generic ones.
having it. It's easy resource, but yeah, nothing too complicated. But this is actually what I'm going to play this Saturday. I just changed 2 cards in the sideboard and I swapped the Yoda crate numbers. I was on 3 crates and 2 Yodas. To me, crate is important versus control and the Han2 mirror, and I never played it. So it's obviously out there, but against aggro decks, against some other stuff, against space decks, crate's the thing that comes out. So, and I just every time crate is good, but a turn earlier, I'm always digging for Yoda. So I think I should be playing 3. We'll see how it works this weekend, but I'm curious y'all's thoughts on that, if crate versus Yoda, or if
Wait, so you
Man.
played 3 crates? You played 3 crates, or will be playing 3 crates?
I played 3 crates. This
Okay.
is what I've changed. I forgot that it's not
Yeah.
the only difference between what I played and what this is I swap crates and then I cut an Addy and I'm playing 1 7-cost mace because it's fun. I'm testing that out as a
I love that card.
one more little top in. I just felt like I always resource Addy, but the reason I was playing 2 is just I wanted 12, 13 good turn 1 plays. So, and then like because I have Poe pilot, Poe unit, and then like a decent amount of ships, I can get curves where I just never play a force unit, and those are fine. But sometimes you need that extra force unit. But it's man, the Poe pilot in Han2 is so busted. Just
Yeah, he's such a
playing a
cool.
4/5 on turn 2 is crazy.
Same with your blue leader interaction,
Yes.
and I mean, Han2 is obviously a format staple, but it looks like you have. I mean, obviously, red green hero doesn't have very much. It has unit removal, as in like you have your mace, your hammerhead, your Grogu interaction, but you don't have very much event. I mean, you have timelies and force throws. That's it.
No,
Yeah.
it's only 6 events. I think almost every single unit does something when it enters, right? So it's like the old
Mhm.
magic, like of just value things do things, and like you said, mace, hammerhead, other mace, Yoda, they kill, they deal damage. Like red 5 does it on attack. Maz says kind of action cheat, deal 2 extra damage with one of your early plays. So yeah, they all just to kind of keep, and also because of this too, it maximizes your Kelleran hits. Like I don't think whenever I've played Kelleran and looking for a 3-drop that I've missed, but like maybe once or twice in like hundreds of games. So it's you definitely that was another reason to play another Addy, just to make sure you have a hit. But it's boy, it feels really good when you Kelleran and you need that Fang fighter and you can snipe that pilot or an upgrade too. So that was a nice that's been nice having it in the main with that interaction. So, but yeah, the thing that I think pushed the deck over for me was Maz. I still think 3 is correct, just because when you have initiative and you lead with Adi, Gungi, Grogu, or Obi-Wan, that's 10 turn 1 units. I mean, Grogu only attacks for 3, but your opponent plays a 2/4. You play a Gungi or a Obi-Wan, and then you take initiative, and then your first action is playing Maz, killing their thing, and they never get the Force.
Yeah, you're
So-
basically running a pseudo Anakin ability.
Yep.
You know.
So that's been good. And then the other big interaction with Maz is either holding it or ripping it off of Kelleran. Because the ideal I guess I like to talk about this ideal curve. Turn 1, Grogu, obviously, it's busted.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's kind of broken, honestly.
Or you don't like to
it's-
play that on turn 5? That's
No, I
Yeah.
like to so is that 1 extra health. The fact that it has 6 health just creates crazy board states. But yeah, Grogu turn 1, and then I can go Obi-Wan or Red 5 turn 2. Maz, whatever I play turn 1, that's always my second turn. And then there are some games where I'm like playing a 2-drop and force throwing turn 2, which is fine, but not my ideal. Turn 3, I think the best play in the deck is the Han2 blue leader interaction, because anything that has 2 attack, you can play it for 4, or you play it for 2 technically. You pay 2, you make a 5/3 ambusher on turn 3 with 4 resources, and you snipe the 2/4s or the Grogus or whatever it is that they played. It also is a way to clear Sabine. So your opponent deploys Sabine, you might have to pass, but as soon as they do, you just slam the 4, kill their Sabine, still have a 5/4 or a 5/1 left over. Very, very, very strong. So I guess in my other turn 2 play, yeah, if I just lead Grogu and then put Poe in space as a 4/5, a lot of times I just like stop trying to kill your units and I just kill you instead. So the racing with that can be kind of nuts, and then there's nothing in the game that it can't kill in the first 2 turns besides
Grogu.
what's the
Grogu.
fourth? I'm thinking the Poe pilot, the ship that once you kill, you can also play. Whatever that ship's called.
Hauler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The stolen AT hauler. It kills every other turn 1, turn 2 ship. So especially if your opponent's trying to play like Falcons.
Yeah,
eats it alive.
a 4/5 in space on turn 2 is pretty good. No,
It's actually what I
in
think,
both regards.
I think
Especially
that's
since
actually like a
space
good
stats
way
are
to beat
lower.
Quinlan too, is to like just put that bad boy in space, and they only have 25 health, and then they're gonna have to answer it in like 3 or 4 turns, right? They can't just ignore it. So that's only problem is waylay is a clean answer, but if they waylay, you're even on resources. So I think that's fine.
Yeah, then you just do it again. They're just down a card.
Yeah, then the flip turn, the deploy turn is when you want to be macing, because the turn after that I think is also, and we were talking about this earlier, it is so important that I play Kelleran on 6 resources that sometimes I do not deploy Han, because I don't want to get got and not be able to get ahead of the curve. And so I will sometimes hold my deploy to guarantee I play Kelleran on 6 resources and then deploy Han, just because it creates too much stats.
Makes sense.
So,
I mean, it's just kind of something we were doing at the Piet. It's like there's no reason to always flip on 5 so that you can guarantee your dev on 6 easier. But
yeah,
it's nice.
then,
one of those efficient ways to not lose your leader outright.
and
Yeah,
then
so if you
times-
Kelleran on 6, if you Kelleran into Obi-Wan and then flip your leader, that's
nuts.
what, 1321 of stats? No, that's not right.
It's 10 worth of stats from the 2 units, and then so 13, 15.
Plus
More
the
because of Obi-Wan is
13,
3/5.
16, right?
Yeah, it's just because you have the 2
There you
damage on
go.
the Kelleran. It's a 7/5.
Oh, sure.
So
But-
13, 16
But
total.
it's then there are some times where your mace is left over because it killed something, right? When it dealt 4 damage. And then you play the Kelleran as your next turn. And then if they have a leader, if their Quinlan's out, if they deploy Anakin, and you Kelleran into Maz, and then now your mace attacks for 8 in 1 action.
True.
So people aren't prepared. If they I had multiple opponents tell me that they've never played against Han Green Force before, and they didn't really know what was happening.
It's, I
Definitely
mean,
not
What's
nearly as
going
popular.
on?
yeah, the card pool of Han Green is just like, it's a mismatch of, is it a Force deck? Is it a Data Vault deck? Is it like, like half the
Is it a
cards in
deck?
here? Yeah, it is a deck. It is a very good deck, but it is on the lesser known side of the Han2 variety. So.
I really think if you play this deck, just you have to prioritize playing Kelleran on 6 resources. That is what's going to, like, even if you're somewhat behind, like you said, if you get Kelleran into the Obi-Wan and now you've got a 3/5 Sentinel to protect your 7/5, and then the other thing too, this deck is proactive. Han Blue is a little bit more reactive. I pretty much have initiative all the time. So
I think Maz helps with that,
Maz helps, Kelleran helps. Like I know I'm playing a 7-drop into an 8-drop into a crate. Like I just want to curve out, and that's why I don't play any resupplies. I have something good to play on every turn that I want to play.
Yeah.
So that's the Kelleran. Just, and then then like later if you're in like a Han 2 against blue and you're on 7 resources, your 7/7 is beating their Luke, and then along the way you're timeling in a Kelleran, or you can timely mace is like the Wrecker plays, right, from Sabine ECL because of the overwhelm. So you can put 4 on something and then sneak in some damage and like not scare. You can like surprise win games that way. Which is a nice little secret. But yeah, and then board, I switched. I had 2 other cards. I think the Kylo Tarkin Town matchup is very tough. So I put the 2 parliamentarians in the sideboard. Also, if you think about it, Kelleran can grab those on the 7 resource turn or the turn earlier.
I hate that. Don't do that.
So like my access to that card is pretty solid. So now I'm looking at 5 cards in my deck that can probably get it. And then, like I said, they're reacting to my stuff, so I always have initiative. So we get to the 7 resource turn. First action is boom, shuffle your stuff. So, but
if you think about the average math with what like a Kylo deploy turns out to be, usually he's like 9 HP. So if you can Kelleran out a disabling Fang fighter to pop whatever 3 HP, the fallen lightsaber or the constructed, you're gonna knock that thing down into kill range for the Kelleran too. Mm-hmm. So, which I hate saying that because that's probably what I'm gonna play this weekend. But don't use that against me.
Yes, and I have sideboard slots against you. What up?
Yeah, actually, I'm not playing it anymore. I'm gonna move back over to the main so people can see our faces. And then, so we've gone over the deck list. How did your Swiss run go?
Good. So I got to 5-0 and then double draw into the top 8. The other thing that Han 2 Green Force does different, like you said, since it's a mixed deck, I have a very good space matchup, particularly post board when I can bring in some Bright Hopes. So I got to go against Vader Yellow, and just in 2 games, my Vader Yellow opponent made 1 token. So it was like blue leader and red 5, and then 4-5 on turn 2. And then when I start, also I will say, so you want to know how you get second at a PQ is you literally open Grogu like every single game.
Yeah,
I drew it all the time.
Openers right now are probably one of the biggest like swing factors of the beginning of a game. Or any game.
Yeah.
And if any win percentage you can think of in Star Wars Unlimited is probably...
Mm-hmm.
If I start MIGs, I'm cooking.
Yep.
And I don't care what else is in my hand.
Nope. Grogu, and then like any of the Force units into a Maz, or just gaining the Force and having that action economy. But yeah, just one against the Vader Yellow. I played against an Akbar Data Vault that was pretty spicy and went over the
Oh,
top of
you
me.
played into that.
Yeah, went over the top of me game 1, and then game 2 and 3 I said, no, that's my thing. I go big. You don't go big. I go big. The highlight from that series was I had a blue leader out and a Grogu, and he kept exhausting his unit, making a 2/2. I'd kill it with blue leader and then heal the damage to fling on something else, and did that like 3 turns in a row. Just like, you want to talk about a lock? That was locked. So that was fun. Let's see. What did I play? I'll look at my phone. Round 3. Trying to think of anything.
I know we had some cross team play, unfortunately. I know, Michael, you said you played Daniel on round 2.
Round 3 was Sabine, and the daughter won me game 3 on the spot. So I got him game 1, lost game 2, and then had a pretty clean game 3, but I was exacties dead with a Sabine ping, a 4 cause, and a Sabine ping. And I dropped the daughter and got Sabine pinged, and then I healed 1 from it. And
net positive.
And I was
he went,
yeah.
What?
he goes, and it was a really tight game, but yeah, and I'll say too, I think I force throw my opponent 1 out of every 10 times.
Yeah, you have Qi'ra.
Yeah, I force throw myself, and that's how you beat like the bigger space decks. Like, you just hold force throw for the leader deploy. Like, if the aggro or if the boba, you force throw yourself when they play the 4/6, the Dorian gunship, or whatever they play on 5 they're going to deploy onto. You just stay ahead on your action economy there. Then yeah, you just Qi'ra, get your cards back. It's kind of busted.
Gross.
But yeah, so that beats Sabine. Like I said, super tight match. The healing comes in clutch, and then I played Kylo Tarkin Town. We went 1-1, and then we had just a series of errors in game 3 that led to me winning, where we both made multiple play mistakes. But that's why you play the game. Hopefully you don't mess up and
get it out there,
Yeah, we both made some very bad mistakes, and I ended up benefiting from it. So 4-0, then get paired against Daniel in round 5. We talked about drawing, but that's lame. So we were like, we'd much rather one of us be guaranteed to be top 8. And I personally don't think Boba Data Vault's a good matchup. Michael SWU Metastats was like, it has decent numbers, like good numbers into it, but I feel like it's tough. I think it's very force throw dependent on yourself, like I said.
Yeah.
And but I just had like an uncontested Grogu game 1 against Daniel, like 3 turns. So just healed all that indirect, and then I did the dirty thing game 2, and I went force throw into pillage into force throw. So he's sitting at 6 resources with no cards in hand and no units. So yeah, I was that guy.
Yeah.
So he's sad.
So yeah, but it's like, I played that game and I've gotten absolutely rolled by Boba Data Vaults before. So that's
Boba has such a weakness in that playstyle of hand 8. But when you see pillage plus double force throw before his 6 resources, it's
I'm skipping ahead, but in game 3 of top 8, my second pillage on my Boba Data Vault hit Dev 3rd Planetary Bombardment, and I won that game.
Dang.
Okay, I got hit by 2 Planetary Bombardments. One was for 13, the other one was for like 8 or 9. Minimum 30 indirect damage that game. Somehow still won.
Yikes.
So, but then
we'll get there.
We'll get there, but that's a little spoiler. But I've got to double draw because I was one of there were 3 undefeateds, but I got top pair against Max, so we got to draw. And then I was table 2 because I couldn't be table 1 against the 3rd ranked person. So we got to double draw. So I was like 4th seed.
Mac was the eventual winner.
Yes, he always beats
again.
us. Always.
again.
I just want to point out I have not played Mac in an event yet, so
You got to
Yeah.
go to
Neither
one,
have I.
dude.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
I actually I played him once at one of the Ankeny 1Ks. He rolled me with Quinlan back in Twilight. So same day I lost to Titus. Yeah,
He's very, very good player.
he's very
but
good.
we it's kind of fun getting to talk to him about the matchup too, and I think it kind of played. We were like leveling up, just like as we were playing in the finals. We were just talking through our plays out loud, just be like, "Oh, if you're gonna do this, you would have done that," and it's like, "Ah, you've got Han here," or blah blah blah, and it was fun.
You're hyperbolic
just-
time chambering in the
we were
middle
just-
of the match.
We were just talking through plays out loud of like, oh, literally when he went to, we went into the 4 resource turn. I said out loud, okay, give yourself 2 plays, because if you get Qi'ra'd and then you pass your turn, the game is over on the spot. So like my resource decision on turn 4 was like, okay, I have 2 separate plays for when I get Qi'ra'd. And then his first action was Qi'ra, and I was like, I'm a genius.
He's
But
ready.
yeah, so I got to double draw, get in the top 8, have a crazy 3 match against Boba Datavault. And yeah, that game 3 was, so Daniel's game let me see the mulligan and see the play pattern, because I had the Grogu into the force throw into the pillage. And so he beat me game 2 actually by double ramping, deploying Boba into the ground and just going face.
Yeah.
And that was an interesting, because I won game 1. I kind of just controlled the game completely. So then game 2, he double ramps, aggroes me out. So he goes for the same strategy, but I have the hand hate. But then he ramps to 6 resources and then just draws 2 and keeps 2 every turn. And it was Planetary Bombardment like every turn. It was like ship. It was Ruthless Raider. It was Planetary Bombardment. And I just like held on for dear life with Bright Hopes and Home Ones and Yodas, and
You're just
I think there's at least 1 or 2 turns where he's ripping off the top. If he gets them all, I literally had like 3 ground units. Like my Yoda had 8 damage on it. It was like I almost had to like get extra counters. I had so much damage on all my units that game. So, but thankfully he never drew them all. But that's where I ripped the second pillage, when he's just drawing 2 a turn. And then yeah, my first action, pillage him. He literally at 8 resources discards Devastator, Planetary Bombardment. It was nuts. So win that game. Game 2 was on stream against the CAD Tarkentown 1-drop, and I would say my deck eats that alive, but it eats it alive. There's an asterisk if I draw Gungi turn 1. So for those listening, Gungi is how you beat Tarkentown decks, because CAD can't play an Underworld unit ping in Tarkentown. It's also how you beat Quinlan, is both Grogu and Gungi, because they can't Tarkentown at turn 1. So in those matchups, I just hard mulligan for that card. Highlight of that match was game 2. I mulligan I drew 2 cards. I put the third one aside and I said, this is a Gungi. And then I drew the next 3, and that one aside was a Gungi. So, and so were 2 others in my hand. So, I was like, we have
easy,
9.
easy resources.
But yeah, just being able to manipulate the board, and then just trading into one of their early things into curving out, playing Mace, and then as soon as you play 1 Yoda, I think I never even got to like 10, 15 damage on my base. So I got to just control that. And it's, yeah, and then finals, got game 1 against Mac. Highlight ambushing a Crate Dragon. That was pretty sweet. So where I messed up in game 2 was I did my cute play to kill his Quinlan when it deployed. I forgot. I knew that I was going to force throw myself to kill the red 5, and for some reason I did not do it first. So when I did my play to ambush Maz and slam my Qi'ra and my Maz into it to kill the Quinlan, he just attacked me with the red 5 and I had 3 damage on each of my things. So all I had to do was force throw myself, discard my 4, kill the red 5, and then I would still have access to that play if I needed to. But like, he would have had 5 resources, a deployed Quinlan, and no other units on board. So, and
You're
I had a
exactly
4,
where you want to be against Quinlan.
and I had a 4/4 Qi'ra Mundi, so there's like no reason for me to make that play without handling the red 5 first. So that was a sequencing error, because in my mind I was like, I'll do this first and then I'll force throw myself, not thinking about obviously his first action is going to be attack me, kill your Qi'ra that has 3 damage on it now. So I just didn't. I had the right line, I just did it in the wrong order.
That red 5 on attack can sneak up on you. It did to me. It did to me and on Saturday as well in my Quinlan matchup.
I'm only playing 2, but like when you have the Grogu thing going, it's really gross. Like Grogu into throwing the damage and moving it around, and then being able to hit things you shouldn't, and then red 5 finishing it off. It's very powerful.
4 damage you get to manipulate with every turn if you can kind of do it right.
Then game 3, I just I got rolled. I had a potential had I had a I could have stabilized had I had a timely my resource row, because he like played a Han, and I could have timely Poe, killed his Han, discarded a card to defeat his upgrade. He's tapped out, then he can't kill me, but I didn't have the timely. But Dan actually brought up something interesting in the car against Quinlan. So I said Grogu and Gungi are the turn 1 plays against Quinlan. You actually make sure you also want initiative, because in game 2, I opened Grogu and Mac just played a card. He didn't try to get a value off the ping. So he played a 2-drop, then I played Grogu. He took initiative, and then his first action was hot shot kill my Grogu.
Mm. What did he start with?
I don't know, probably like a 2/4 or I
An
think
Addy or something.
Yeah, literally any card.
Anything. Yeah, anything.
Grogu. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm thinking Gungi.
In his deck.
Space unit. Any card unit.
I was thinking Gungi. Yeah.
It was Grogu with 4 health, but like because he had the action economy, and I actually chose to go second in game 3, and Dan was like, "That's probably a mistake," and then he's 100% correct. So like if I have initiative going into game 3 and I open Grogu, I just lead with it, because then it comes to the same play pattern. Now my Quinlan opponent can choose to play a 2-drop, then I take initiative. And so my first action is to move that damage over, and now we've got kind of an annoying issue. And then if he
you have a
chooses,
1/6 that he can't deal with immediately.
The Quinlan line there is just Tarkin down and then play a 3-drop. Just FYI.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm also like kind of okay with that too. Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Grogu
okay
has
if
to
they
die.
and then take initiative, don't play anything, and then they play a 3-drop, then I still get to play a 3-drop.
Yeah.
But
I
don't have to worry about
then
the rest of the game.
Yeah, they still have a 2-drop and a 3-drop though. One is damaged, albeit.
They didn't play it 2. He's saying like not play it 2.
Yeah. You just
not play it 2, Tarkin Town.
You Tarkin Town. I don't have a unit to move the damage off of, and he has damage on him, and then your first action is to play a 3 to deal the 6 damage.
I get it.
Because that's the sequence that you have to do playing into Han2 Blue as Quinlan.
That makes sense. Yeah, you're fine with that, because you also just play a 3-drop and then
they lose their Tarkin Town for it.
Yeah,
so.
and you're not getting hit in the face for a turn by something.
Yes,
but then that's fine. Then they just double force throw you, and then you lose.
I played some practice games, and I really think that
problem.
if I resourced it in that game, because I had something else happening. I think if I put Poe Pilot into space on turn 2 against Quinlan, I think that's very difficult for them, because they don't have any ships that can 1v1 it. And then the only thing that cleanly answers it is a waylay. And if they spend 3 resources on a waylay in the first 3-4 turns of the game, I'm also okay with that.
Yeah.
So it just stops their Falcon. It stops their red 5. Like, obviously they can't play the A-wing, right? If they're playing A-wing.
And what, do you just hit them in the face with it?
Yeah, and you just hit them in the face for 4, and then they go into the ground, and then I just like, what if I go 2-drop, or if I go Grogu into a 4/5 in space, and then they're doing like what the 3 indirect damage thing, the Gorilla Soldier.
Yeah.
I'm winning that. Like I'm Yeah, the four matters a lot when they just have 25 health.
Yeah,
But
for sure. And then you just like, if they do play a Falcon after
Kill it.
you hit them in the face, then
Yeah.
they either have to bounce it and then or pay the one and then you kill it. And then if they bounce it, you're like, cool, you're not playing something else. You're just playing a Falcon over and over, and I'm cool with
Yeah,
that.
they lose so much tempo doing that.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just I think it also like what if they only kept a red 5 as their turn 2 play, right? Because they want to curve out. They all because Mac always has 2 force throws in his hand, so that's 2 of his cards are force throw, and yeah, you playing that 4/5 might just like stop their whole turn because that happens when I play Grogu turn 1 and like Sabine has the 3/2 space unit, or they just like they play it reluctantly, or like someone plays a Night Sister Warrior after I open Grogu. But that's totally separate point. Want to talk about a level, not necessarily a level up, but like that idea. It lost me a game earlier because I attacked first before playing a unit, not thinking about action economy. My Akbar opponent had the 3/2 green ship. The A was it an A-wing or I'm not sure what it is.
Phoenix, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Phoenix A-wing.
Yeah, Phoenix.
I opened with like a Gungi, right? So my first action was attack because I want the force. Well, his first action was like play a Sabine's Masterpiece. And I was just like wrecked on the spot because I had a red 5 in hand that I was gonna play, but like I need to play the red 5 first because what is going to stop me from attacking with the Gungi and getting the force against Akbar when I already have a 2/5? Nothing.
Right. And now, in order for him to deal with that right away, he has to ECL out the Masterpiece then.
Right. When he was playing Data Vault.
He was Data
Yeah.
Vault.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's the same concept. Like putting that 4/5 into space against Quinlan stops pretty not all for the rest of the game, but like it stops Falcon red 5 because obviously against Han red 5 is a huge problem. You're damaging all your
Yep.
units.
Mhm.
So it's like a
So
weird like pre-check of putting a unit, particularly like maybe that one out in space that you can just leave out there, and eventually they're gonna have to spend a card to either like kill it, they're gonna have to force throw themselves, or they're gonna have to waylay it or something, and just using that to keep up your opponent's turns plays in check is kind of interesting.
That's one of the things that I love about Star Wars particularly is just with because of the way the action economy is built. Like generically, you're like, well, I want to spend my resources after my opponent a lot of the time because it just lets you make the more reasonable, better decision because you have more information usually. But because it's so action heavy that just no, I'm actually just going to first action spend all my resources and play my card.
Well, that and I used to be like, do what's on the board first, then play cards from your hand, because for the most part, you can always play cards from your hand. I think that's a good beginner tip for SWU players, right?
Yep.
But that's definitely not the case when now you're thinking like actual chess moves ahead on like the action economy, or you're playing against Michael's thing. You're playing against somebody that has Spark or Jam Communications, because that's in a lot of these space decks, yellow space
Yep.
decks. So like you need to first action force throw. You need to first action, play the thing that's not going to get wrecked by a Qi'ra slash Spark. So I know
Yeah.
that's always funny when you're playing against pillage mirrors too, and you draw your cards, and the first thing you do is just put that card on the table before you can get force thrown or pillaged.
Yeah. You
Say-
immediate. If you're chop drawing and you have to resource to get to your leader, but you only
Yep.
have one card in your hand. It's like your
Just
only
play it.
action is to you have to immediately slam that with.
The amount of people I've gotten with force throw that have not done that thing in the right direction, I'm just like, it's crazy. I mean, if they're playing like a craving power or something that they need to deploy or whatever, but
Usually, if you've gotten them to that point, that means you've probably force thrown twice, at least.
which is
not
so
hard to do.
Side note, I hate force throw. I want it gone.
Yeah, it's a reoccurring. Yeah.
I think I do too.
It's the second one. That's the problem. Not the first
Yeah.
one. It's the second one.
I don't think it's like a ban-worthy card. I think that conversation's over, but I'm just kind of ready for it to just not be in the game.
I'm gonna be honest. I think it is. And
do
here's
too.
my reasoning. I think Quinlan is proving the point that we didn't even need Qi'ra to ban Force Throw. I think that 2 Force Throws in one turn is what's making the it's making everything like warped. It's like games that are like even become blowouts
Yeah.
so quickly that it's just this, not just because we draw 2 cards a turn, but like the amount of damage that second one usually is usually you're eclipsing 5 at least, and you're probably killing 2 units, hopefully, or more than likely.
Is you can play around 1 Force Throw. Second Force Throw you can't play around.
And if you do, your decks are, I don't know what you're doing with your deck. You're running all 1-drops or something. But I don't.
You're just a deck that Force Throw's bad into, and that at that point your opponent just shouldn't be playing Force Throw probably.
Yeah.
Or play them themselves.
The ultimate one had never happened to me before, but I was playtesting on like Petronaki, and my opponent deploys Quinlan, sparks me, then double Force Throws me. And I kept like a timely in my hand for anti-Force Throw, right? And I only had 3 cards in my hand. I already played like my stuff.
Yeah.
And so like I ended the turn with no cards and no units on board because Spark took the timely, and then I had like a Kelleran and like a home 1 or like a 7 and an 8. And it just like it killed my leader deploy in my other unit. And I was just like, oh. And we had really good, like the first 2 games were so good, but that third game was just, yeah, like you said, it leads to non-games, and that's not fun for being on the other side. And I was playing Force Throw this weekend. I was doing it to people, and I still want it gone.
I mean, it's just so good. Like I know that right now, if you look at the best decks on the format, it goes Quinlan to Boba to Han2, and it might even be Quinlan to Han2. I don't know. It's Quinlan either way. Boba auto loses to most hand hate. Not actually auto loses, but will lose most often to hand hate style decks, which is amazing to me that it's still doing so well. But Force Throw is 2 of the primary decks that are doing the best. And like you said, how many times did you Force Throw them this weekend? Probably
Hardly
not.
Ever.
Yeah, probably not very often, because you can just kill whatever you want. But it's just this like I know Mac mentioned it at the he was grateful that his deck performed well. He just drew well at the end of the day. And so many X games, I think it was like 5 or 6, he said, where like he had double Force Throw, and it's just chalking up statistics at some kind of level of discussion. But myself, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I think we've all had this discussion, but like I think it's finally, we're seeing it in the PQ results that like this card is still pretty unhealthy. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. But
yo, what about Force Throw when you have MIGs out?
What'd you say?
That's pretty crazy. I said, what about Force Throw when you have MIGs out?
I love it. It's fun. Broken though.
Obviously, you have to have a Force unit, but like,
I don't freaking care.
That's a huge blowout if they they go MIGs, and then next turn they go like a 2-drop Force unit into Force Throw. It's just it's so crazy.
Yeah, that's that plus the MIGs plus one upgrade plus power it makes me feel like it's doing the same thing like Quinlan's trying to do, a little less. It's more, I don't know how to say it. It's more actions to do the same thing that Quinlan's trying to do with less units. But it's some obnoxious level stuff that I just can't like continue to enjoy. So I was telling these guys, I put together the Dooku blue deck that did well. It's like I gotta get off of a Force Throw deck right now, because that's all I'm.
It's a huge mistake.
I mean, just for fun. I can't keep putting my head into this meat grinder right now.
That's fair. Shout out to Atlas Games, because for second I got a random legendary, which was a foil crate dragon. Thanks, I needed a third. But then I got,
and then you gave Yoda, so that worked out great.
Yeah, I got a Yoda showcase. I got a carbonite box. I got a regular booster box, and then I got like obviously all the normal promos you get. But fun story, I actually got one of the defective booster boxes in Michael. What I got was the same one as that guy on Reddit. I didn't have the tier 2 because you're supposed to get 4 of the foils, right, per carbonite box. That's what I'm missing.
Oh,
Really?
so those all would have been foils.
Yeah, so I'm missing 4 prestige cards. Basically, I'm missing 4 tier 2 prestige cards from my carbonite box.
Huh.
Because there were 4 packs that did not have any prestige on
Yeah,
at
and we
all, and I didn't
recorded.
get
We
a single
recorded
foil.
it too. It was pretty. We were just like, "What is going on?"
Yeah. Have you? I know you're supposed to like contact the store, because then they can track the SKU. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
there's an official thing to do, but I don't know
Yeah,
how
I need to call
effective
Atlas
that is.
Games and see what. I mean, I'm not like that mad about it, but it is kind of annoying that I missed out on like the whole reason
Right.
to get the box.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Those are the coolest cards. Like that's the
Right.
whole point of the prestige.
that's the
box.
point.
It's not their fault,
But, yeah,
unfortunately. and
No.
hopefully they just-
It's definitely that's the thing. That's what always sucks is because it's definitely not their fault, you know.
Yeah.
No.
But at the same time, like, it's defective product at the end of the day. So like,
Yeah.
you also kind of got to let somebody know, you know, there's that like balance, and you got it for free as well. Like you didn't buy it, so then it's
Yeah.
different
Yeah, you
than
did.
if
You got like $500 worth of stuff, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding, or
Nuts.
more
Their price
probably.
for it was crazy. That Yoda
Yeah.
showcase is like $230.
That's
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's one of the most expensive in the game right now. Like period.
Yeah.
Oh, and
He's-
they were
that was
giving
cool.
out 2 showcases every 2 rounds.
Yeah, and I won one too. I forgot. I don't know
Yeah.
if I told you guys. I won a
cow. Yeah.
cow.
That's
And
crazy.
sold it to a local. So I was like, it's just
Yeah.
my day.
Nice.
They were giving out
So-
cool shit too. Like they gave out a Thrawn 4 showcase, Tarkin,
Ooh.
what else? The Cal,
They give out
Dude.
tons of stuff.
something else.
They're
Um,
generous.
Quite a few others that I can't remember because I probably just didn't care about them. I don't know.
So the actual best thing that happened that day, besides hanging out with my friends, which is always fun to go on a car ride, hang out and do stuff. We're
That's
charging.
me. Hi.
That's Michael. We're charging the car, and we were like, we're starving. We had a lunch break at like like 1 o'clock. We're just so hungry.
Context.
And
This is like 10:30 at night, and we have a 2.5 hour drive.
10:30 at night. Eric gets on his phone. He's like, all right, we got McDonald's. He names all the normal fast food spots. He's like, we've got some place named Slim Chickens. And my heart was just like, it is my #1 favorite restaurant. Whenever we only have them in Lincoln, it's my chicken place from back home. Shout out, 10 times better than Raising Cane's. And
We could go there this Saturday, John.
we're going to where I will see the truth. But like, not only did I have this crazy run and only lost 1 match all day in the finals, and then like get all these nice prizes, but then like I legit get to have my favorite like fast food restaurant that I cannot get in Omaha that I didn't even know was there. It was nice. I bought everybody dinner because I was so excited.
Yeah, thanks again for that.
Yeah, I was just like, hey, and then we get up there and it's like 10:45 at night. Michael's like, can I get the 5-piece grilled tenders? And they're like, we only have 3. And then the guy didn't say anything else, and he goes,
Yeah, you stopped.
he didn't say anything, so he goes, so can I get a chick's plate then grilled? And he goes, yep, 1 grilled chick's plate.
No, dude, no. I said no. What I specifically said, because I was so taken aback, because he just said we only have 3 and just didn't say anything. So I was like, are you gonna like tell me what I should do? Like, what? Give me the next step of the process. And so I just said, well, then I was like, oh, okay. Just give me whatever gives me all of them. Just like give me the thing. I'll take whatever gives me all 3. We'll just
And then
do
I don't
that.
think that computed, and then Michael figured out that he needed to order a chick's plate because that's the 3 tender, named the 3 tender.
Yeah, he was like, he was like, no, we only have 3. I'm like, I very much understand that, sir. I would like all 3 of them immediately.
And then we all got fresh food, like just dropped in the air fryer. And I'm pretty sure Michael got the grilled tenders that they grilled about 9 p.m.
Yeah, it was. They were cold. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, they were a bit chilly.
Yeah,
but
that's all we've got, and then proceeded to be like, "You're gonna have to turn on the oven anyways."
Yeah,
right.
So
They
that was
tried.
that was a
That's-
funny way to end the night. 'cause
That means they had the chicken wings, but they probably just didn't want to make you fresh ones.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
I
like,
didn't. I
we're
wasn't
gonna
a good
do
friend.
everything we can.
I didn't tell Michael the
would-
correct sauce to get. He dips one of his grilled tenders or his fries in my cayenne ranch, and he goes, "Oh," and I was like, "Thanks for holding out on me, buddy." I was like, "Yeah, my bad. That's the best sauce." I let
Yeah,
him
because
astray.
whatever sauce I had was just, I'll be honest, it was kind of shit. Like it was
Yeah.
like the bad cane sauce.
So good.
What do you mean bad cane sauce?
No,
I
it's
mean,
like
the
their
sau-
version, their slim sauce.
Whatever
Yeah,
sauce they had that I got was like the bad version
okay.
of cane sauce.
it's different.
Okay.
But
All right.
yeah, it's a good weekend of Star Wars, and
There was something else that happened that was like the other highlight aside from the 3-piece. I can't remember what it was.
Oh wait, that's
But
that
yeah,
loud?
that was
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
cool. But
Well,
yeah,
our
losing
other
to
local won the
yeah.
draft tournament, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric
They
won the
did
draft tournament.
2 side drafts for showcases, right?
Yep.
Eric won the first one.
Yeah, you got
a
a Mother Talzin. And
So they
then
were-
after Swiss, while you guys were doing top 8, they let all of us do a Spark of Rebellion draft,
Ooh.
which is really fun. So
Which
I got
sounds
Diddly
good.
shit, and Landon got Constructed Boba, and our other local Ryan got every legendary in the game. That's good.
Oh.
And,
So
and I'm pretty sure Dan's draft deck was a constructed Leia Rebel deck.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
So it was-
Hey, we had the weirdest shit on the table though. Like the draft was set up super strange. Like just how the leaders rotated, right? I was sitting next to a guy with like 1 hero, 2 villain, and it was like Palpatine and a blue villain, I think, and then some hero. And then to the right of me was Krennic, Iden, I think. 3 villains. And like a blue and a green. And then Landon had Iden, and he was next. He had Iden, Boba, and another villain. The person to the next left of him had Boba and 2 more villains. And then the other heroes were on the other side of the table, and I had 3 villains, and they were blue and green. So my choices were like Krennic or Panic. So I panicked and took Krennic. I just chose to do both things.
Oh.
And then, Panic Krennic. And then I got like none of the cards because everybody was drafting. Like it came this
fighting over
way,
it.
and I was like, okay, there's nothing in here.
Director Panic.
Yeah, Director
That'll do
Panic,
it.
exactly. Yeah, it was just weird. It was really fun. I mean, I made like a fun Krennic deck, but
Spark draft
it was
is good.
it was just weird.
No. What a good set, though.
Yeah. Spark Boba draft is what it should be called. Do you have Boba? Yes.
Yes.
Good for
Plus
you.
1 cunning waylays. God, yellow.
Oh, that's right. That's what I had. I had Boba
Oh.
as well, but I saw 3 other Bobas next to me.
Yeah, he was
"There's
a
no
common.
way," right? Like that's not happening. So
You what do you guys think of the meta right now?
Not super enjoying it personally, but that's just me. After the last PQ, I've been kind of like just kind of going through it. I'll play, and then I'll feel like, the game's okay, and then, the game's and so, Force Throw has been just kind of like a pain point for me. Still sticking around. I don't know. I'm just kind of bored of playing against Quinlan and Boba Data Vault. So that's where I'm at least.
Haven't even really been able to play the game since Worlds, it feels like. So, like, as far as I can tell, it's fine. Like, I'd love to be able to.
you'd love to
run a
actually
PQ.
play.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I think I'd be able to still run Ray into the meta. So
Of course you do.
I was
Never
like,
give
I'll
up.
take Boba Data Vault matchups all day, every day.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your reps on Ray is the same as like max reps on Quinlan. Like when you know that deck, man, it's the amount of like extra points you get from just the mastery and knowing the play lines of that is huge. And then into the field over someone who just picked up Han 5 Tarkentown, right?
Yeah.
I still don't understand how I win that matchup, but I apparently win that matchup.
Force throw.
Yeah.
No, I don't even need you don't even force throw is not even that good in that matchup because they just
He's
discard a
too
one
good for
drop.
force throw. Excuse me, he's too good for force throw. He doesn't even need it.
Yeah.
Oh, take it out,
Well,
Steven. Now you have to
not
take it
that
out.
Take it out of your deck.
Hey,
Take it out of your deck.
One of
somebody
these times I
played.
should just show up to the Sunday tournament, take out force throw, and just see what and tell nobody,
Oh
Yeah,
and just see
my!
what happens.
That
You should
that.
replace it with confiscate.
Oh my gosh, that
I
would
got
be so funny.
destroyed earlier by someone playing the Han 5 Tarkentown, but they played the deals damage equal indirect damage equal to this unit's power.
Babu Freak.
And
Yeah.
no, the
like
capital is
the-
it a capital ship or is it a fighter? It might be a fighter.
I think it's the deals indirect equal to the number of space units you have.
No, it's like a 4 or something, like a 4/5 that, or like a 3/5 that says on attack, deal indirect damage equal to this unit's power. It's a red ship.
Oh, the 5 costs like 3/5.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
tactical
can't
heavy
remember how to
bomber.
play it.
Tactical
It's
heavy bomber.
Tactical heavy
Yeah.
bomber.
You put a pilot on
They-
that thing, it's insane.
Yep.
So they deployed Han onto it, untapped their resources, put a BB-8 on their other ship as a pilot, paid 2 to ready that thing because they got all their resources back too. So like they played it for 5, right? It's a 3/5. Put the Han pilot on it, got like enough resources back, at least 3, so then they could do the BB-8 trick. And I was just like, what just happened? Attacked me for 6 and did 6 indirect on attack.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
sweet. It was, yeah. I think BB-8 is still kind of underplayed. I think that card is just insane.
Some of the pose run like a one
I
of.
agree.
It's
I think
so
it's
hard
so
to
good.
use every time.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it's a little rough some days.
I like it in the Kazuda deck that plays the yellow ship that has the when you put an upgrade on it, you may attack with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the one where I've liked it the most. Is like that's like your end game is like an oops. What is that? 10 damage, I think.
More.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it gets a buff on the first attack, right? So it's
Mhm.
like 11 damage.
Yeah.
But it's I think that card's a little.
Yeah, you go pop pop, and then.
Yep.
That's all she wrote.
What I know we're still kind of in the meta discussion. I am getting more and more excited about not just because seeing these cards rotate, but like what the game. I'm excited for set 6 because I think plot is already looking incredible. But I think that set 7 in rotation are going to be so refreshing.
It's gonna be such fun to play.
Yeah,
so fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
All these leaders are going to be just wide open fun to me, and I'm sure it'll all reestablish itself. But
see, like I like plot, but personally, I like the mechanic of being able to reveal aspects from your hand to get additional.
I like
effects
that
more
too.
than anything. Like that. That's the piece that I really enjoy because it's a little game of like, well, I need to keep cards live, but at the same time, you're like, how do I most effectively like reveal information to my opponent, but at the same time, like screw what they're thinking.
Yeah.
I think Adam and I are probably on the same train because we're both Kylo players, and we like cheating a bunch of actions when we flip our big ass dude. So I like plot.
If Matt checks this out, I did him and I played a game this last Sunday. I did 17 points of overwhelm damage to his base because I had to with Kylo. He had a freaking it was an Anakin, I think. Something that was going to hurt me the next turn if I didn't deal with it. So, but he put an entrenched on my Kylo. And then I put Heroic Resolve on it, and then I just hit it as hard as I possibly could. And it was 17 points of damage of overwhelm to his base. It was wild. We had to sit there and break out a calculator just to like figure out how much health this Kylo had after the fact.
You do an arithmetic on the chalkboard.
Yeah, I was gonna just start drawing on the showcase.
Carry the one.
It was rough. It was fun though.
I have a hot take on the reveal cards. What's the mechanic called? I'll look it up in a second.
Is it
It just
scheme?
was revealed.
No, see,
Disclose.
that's
That's
okay.
Disclose.
disclose. I think most disclosed cards will be unplayable until rotation.
I worry
I think
that too.
there's too much force throwing and pillaging and Ahsokaing, and I feel like there's so many games where, because they're not good off the top, right? Like if you have no cards and you draw 2, even if you don't resource, you're not going to be able to play and disclose.
That's fair.
I think they're going to be very powerful, but you're going to have to think about them in a totally different way, because they are going to be, the units are fine, but like that one card that's like disclosed to defeat any damage unit for 4, I think that card's awful.
The
Just because
payoff,
it says damage
yeah.
unit. But it's
They're-
just like, you can't draw them off the top because they're not going to be live.
So far,
Yeah.
they're too restrictive. The ones we've seen too, like they hamstrung them a little bit.
They definitely
really
Top
Resides
do.
with
being
murder
disclosed.
also just seems overcosted to me.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a cool mechanic, but you're just going to have to like think about it different, and you're going to have to like either do your disclose stuff in your first 3-4 turns, because then
yeah.
or like you're gonna have to build around the deck build, or like, I mean, if you have card draw and stuff like that, it's fine. But like, you can't play an aggressive deck and then have disclose cards, because you're not gonna have enough cards in your hand to.
Yeah, what card
Yeah.
draw? Pershing goes away. You get Qi'ra,
Yeah.
and that's like it.
So, but then like once like some of the the other hand discard stuff goes away, it might get a little better. But I think it's a cool mechanic, but I think it's gonna be more difficult to pull off than what people think.
What I worry about is that it looks like after rotation, a lot of the blue removal is going to be really weirdly conditional, and that's going to be one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, what
Direct
what
hit.
do we have for blue removal
direct
after
hit.
set? Direct hit and no glory only results.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
And
Like-
this stuff, whatever the two things
Yeah.
that got just
But
printed,
I'm
and
just
shatter
saying in
point, I
general,
guess.
like what straight up like
Yeah.
remove things events exist, and
Shatterpoint.
it's like
Shatter.
yeah, I guess shatter point, but that's conditional.
Still conditional.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
have
I
just
think
straight.
the green draft all-star from Legends is going to be playable in like blue-green control after rotation, like a very strong card.
You're saying
that card
deck the
called?
pod?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that, depending, like, I mean, Command definitely needs some love, and maybe if it's going to be in a set, it would be this one. But, like, yeah, the removal, the hand hate, the upgrade hate
Bases.
are all in the bases. Like, everything that's leaving, like, we're going to have to make a goodbye episode almost, because holy shit, there is so much stuff that is like, it's just been staples since day one. So it'll be nice. It'll be, to me, like I said, just refreshing.
I'm going to be curious what's going to beat pilot leader deploys depending on what upgrade hate comes in the next 2 sets, because I just think like pilot leader aggro, Kazuda and Han, but also Vonreg, I think is good. It's just not good enough. And because how Han2 beats all those decks is just like, cool, you put your pilot on a cheap unit, you just force throw yourself, discard a Kelleran, discard a Yoda or a Luke, and then there are 2 things, you 2 for 1, they each other, and you paid 1 resource to remove a huge thing, but once that's gone, it's gonna be really tough to kill these leader pilot ships.
Yeah, we'll have to basically be keeping track of like what happens in the next 2 sets to be like, what's our, in Pokemon we always had like a card that would be really good to counter something, but the next time around you would see it, and the after rotation is that it would be the same thing but slightly different in, like either it's now an evolved Pokemon that does the same effect, or it's just a trainer card or like an event in this game. And they would just reuse the mechanic in a different layout so that like we would never not see a force throw, basically. So, but I don't know.
God, I hope that's not the case.
I know, please.
Did you see
I mean,
they said
if they can do so much with force force throw to change it. They could make it so only you can only discard your opponent's card, or
Yeah.
you can only discard or whatever.
They can make it force dumpster fire or something.
I think
it
if you
cost
made
3.
if you made force throw only yourself, I'd think the card would be perfectly fine. I think Han would be using it to a very strong degree, but Quinlan would just outright lose it.
Personally, I think if you make force throw only yourself, I think you can make it non-force.
Nah.
That'd be nuts.
Yeah.
It's effectively
Or-
discard 2 to kill a unit.
Or
That's-
limit
That's
to once per
bananas.
turn.
I'll take that all day.
Yeah. I would.
I'm
I'd
not
just make it cost
saying.
3. Make it cost 3, like open fire.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
You can definitely increase the cost.
Let's-
Yes.
Yeah. Well. Yeah,
Yes,
let's
sorry,
not get.
yes.
Actually, make it cost 2 and only yourself, and give it. Then Han can still use it. I don't care. Then he actually has to like think
If-
about his turn, not like
Yeah.
just play card 1
Dude.
cost lower plus force throw. Like that's
If you made force throw not require the force and only work on yourself, I'd play that in every blue-green villain deck I've ever played in my life. Off aspect, it doesn't matter.
you just
Yep,
made
and
it.
then you'll lose to every discard deck.
You know,
If
Yeah.
you just made it
except-
a 2-cost card
except
right
they
now,
don't have force throw, so
This is a
I
total
don't think you
side
need force
note.
throw.
Did you see in that article they came out with that there's another leader that can be deployed over and over again in this set?
Mm-mm.
So they when they did their little tidbits of information, so there's going to be a who's the Trench? Trench does that, right?
Yeah.
So they did confirm there is a leader that deploys multiple times in a game, so you can keep playing plot cards.
plotting.
So I think that's going to be that whatever that leader is, probably going to play it because I can just keep deploying and playing plot cards. That sounds awesome.
Makes sense. It's just curious, when does it deploy? What does it say? Because in my opinion, I think Trench would be so much better if it deployed on 5. Like having to wait till 6 is
Yeah.
and
Have
it
you guys
costs 3.
played against that Trench deck? It's
There's-
nonsense.
There is some trench decks
Well.
that are they'll just take you to the late game and bully you, and it is not fun.
It's
I can imagine.
Trench blue. They
Yeah.
play 3 restocks, and then they play every
Colossus.
single mass removal, evacuate, all this stuff, and then they just deck you out.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, but it's really fun. They're really goofy.
Those are the kind of decks right now. While that might be pretty unfun in the moment but I'm excited to see the rose yellow that got top 8 at a fairly large PQ. That's just the outliers of that kind of stuff are just so interesting to me. This kind of stuff doesn't happen in the games I've played before, where what we see right now is the current meta is going to be the rest of the set. But stick it to the man and play something something out there sometimes.
The thing I'm on right now is Thrawn 4. I think he's very, very good and either in red or yellow. And I think one of the strongest cards I'm seeing lately is Director Krennic unit. The amount of people that are using it, you see in Talzin using it now too, right? To kind of cheat out some of the when defeated, but they're playing Krennic and then, or they're playing a 2-drop, and then turn 2 they're going Krennic 2-drop when defeated, and that's kind of nuts. Just
Yeah.
because he has a shield. And it's I've been impressed with the more I see Krennic, the more I think that's probably one of, if not the most powerful cards that just needs to be played more.
He will be one of the future staples. He's not already now, but when
Him and Secret of Sage.
Yeah, him and Sage.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff.
Yeah. We'll have to do a goodbye episode to stuff. It's 6 months from now. But I'm just curious to see.
Goodbye episode. I can just see animation occurring of everybody throwing their force throws in the fire.
Yeah.
Well, while Steven cuddles with his Ray showcase, and he's just I'm gonna miss you. I love you so much. Thank you
Plays
for all
it
you've done for me.
internal.
Going under
Loves it.
surgery, it's getting in. They're just gonna put me under like surgically add it into
It's a part of you
my
now.
chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's a new form of nipple replacement surgery.
Mm. Oh man. Let's see. There's some spoilers that have been going out. I know we talked about a few of them. We'll probably get to another episode as some more cards come out. I know all the spotlight decks are like officially released, so that'll be exciting. The intro to Battle, the Hoth. Did we talk about that at all, Stephen and Michael? No. We can touch on that real quick before we kind of wrap up this episode a little bit. John, are you caught up on what that is?
Yeah, I know what it is. I know some of the cards. I think it's a cool product for sure.
This is something that always concerned me, like when I started to play like X-Wing back in the day, is that they would lock things behind these boxes that are all supplementary, but there's things in there that are good, like miscellaneously good. And I was really hoping that Fantasy Flight wouldn't go this direction with some things. Like I would prefer all of these cards to be things we've already had. And well, that's not good for the new player experience, because then that stuff's just completely not worth anything. It is nice to see at least there's value in there, but I think everything comes as a one of in that box, correct? Yeah,
I think so.
Sure. Which card is good?
There's a few.
Are you sure there's a good card?
There is a few of them. The Snowtrooper, not Lieutenant, but there's a few of them that are like, they're just, but the thing is they're not reprinted, so as far as we know, in any actual set. So like,
Yeah,
let's
it's a separate product.
Yes, but they are playable within the format. So it's the only way to get it, as of we know right now, is through this, and that Snowtrooper has an interesting, when played for 4, do +2 damage on an attack, which is something we already know is incredibly good in this game, even if it's at a 4 cost.
Oh, the Hoth Lieutenant, you mean?
Yeah, the 3/4 for 4.
Yeah. There's the Ozzel. There's a few other cards that are just like, they're not. There's a lot of the cards in that thing that are just absolutely trash. But to get a play set of anything, you have to spend, I think it's like $60, because those are $20 a box. So
Yeah, I'd feel bad.
yeah, not my favorite thing. And this is something that, like I said, Fantasy Flight, if I had played a list with 4 ships in it in X-Wing, and I needed 4 specific upgrades that were all behind one $15 box, I'd have to buy 15 of those, or 4 of those boxes to get 4 of those upgrades that are specific to there. So I don't like that kind of marketing for stuff, but at the end of the day,
No, me neither.
I'm going to buy them because I want the leaders as well for the cube whenever I eventually put that back together. But it's just an unfortunate thing to see. But they got to make money. I understand. I'm a sucker. So
I also think it's a good product for like kids, like you're trying to teach like younger people, or just it definitely that makes the game seem very, very basic. So I do like that part, because like maybe teaching a younger person with spotlight decks is not the proper product to introduce somebody, right?
No, and it has those 2 modes of play where you can do the 20 HP base and you can do the 30 HP base on the flip side of that base. So like you'll do your, this is how you play with instructional steps. And then you have your, all right, let's play this with a random, like it's pre-built one way to out of the box play a game. So that'll be cool. And that Vader art and that thing looks so icing on the cake. Cool. Like, why can't that have just been like one of our arts previously? But yeah, it's unfortunate that if they sold them in copies of like, burrito box, then I wouldn't be complaining as much. But that's okay.
I might have to buy my first prestige cards from Secrets, because I think the wanted poster and like the propaganda posters look incredible.
We're getting some nice treatments for these arts. I'm very, very excited to see all the, like that Major Party guys. Oof, he looks sick. And the Cad Bane.
Yeah, Mike will be buying the Cad Bane for sure.
The Qi'ra.
Yeah.
Kira's buddy.
Yeah.
Well, we are at an hour 35. Was there anything you guys wanted to touch on before we wrap this episode up?
No, that's a long one. That's good. We're good.
Yeah. John,
Going
thanks for coming on. Congratulations on your PQ and the points you've earned. You're halfway now to a official invite for. It's a third?
30. Yeah, 35
yeah,
per second,
35
I believe.
per second.
Oh, that's right. So lame.
Yeah.
Whatever. And Max
Sorry,
at
my 100's coming on Saturday. So
200.
Oh,
Max at
yeah.
200.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah, Max at 200. Mac has, if he's watching this, kudos, man. You're an awesome player. You've gotten 3 Omaha guys in the finals, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because did Landon lose to him in the finals?
At PQs specifically, or just in general?
I think
Just
Landon.
2, I think.
I think Landon lost to him in the finals in Jump to Light Speed of PQ.
He may have.
And then he got Eric, and now he's gotten John. But and then another.
He's our nemesis.
He's probably I'll go out there and say it. He's probably the best. Yeah, I'd say best player in the Midwest. So
Yeah, I think so.
but and then hopefully followed close by Daniel, but Daniel hasn't probably been super happy with his performances lately, but you can't win them all. Winning a sector is pretty fucking cool. So
Yeah.
I haven't won any, so
Hey, me neither.
but I love the game. It's so much fun. Yeah. Well,
I think it's in a good spot.
I think we're like close to really good, like close. Yeah, we'll wrap it up there, and we will probably catch you all in the next one next week. So, peace out. Bye bye.
See you guys.